Hi, Lynn. Hi, Suzanne. Lovely to see you. It's lovely when people are waiting. Okay, well, my name's Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Fraser Coast area in Queensland and Australia. So today I'm going to continue along with the paper folding or tea bag folding that I've been doing. I was hoping, oh, it's just told me that I'm live. Wow, thank you. Yes, so I've been doing, I've done 2 already, which I will pop those up if I can find them. There they are, yeah, and show you those. And then today, instead of working with squares, we're going to work with circles. And if I can never work out which way to do that, depending on our time, I'm hoping to show you something else as well. So let's still with paper folding. So let's possibly go straight down to the desk. But before I do, just to let everybody know that we do have our last chance products now in the shop area, and there's some really good bargains. So if there's some things that you've been looking at and thought that you might like but you haven't bought them, pop on over now and you can have a look at them. Also, we've got the new reward system up and running, so any orders that you place over $35 is going to start earning you Stampin' Up rewards that you can spend in like your next order. You can save them up if there's something that you're looking at, like me, for instance. I really want a cut and emboss mini. Whether I actually save up for that or not, I don't know. It'll just depend. I keep putting it off. It keeps going into my basket, and then I want something else. I take it out again, and yeah. So, but I would really like one of those just to do the smaller size stuff. However, like I said, pop on over. So here we go. No, other way. Up on the top here, I have a shop with me link. So if you click onto that, it automatically takes you through to my shop. Now, when you go in, if it's the first time and you haven't set up a customer account, it will ask you whether you want to opt in or not with the rewards. So make sure that you press opt in, okay? So that way you can guarantee you're going to get your Stampin' Up rewards. The rewards are 10% of your order. So whatever you order $35 worth, you're going to get $3.50 worth of Stampin' Up rewards. So you can see, it won't take long to get a small amount sitting there or a large amount sitting there, depending on your ordering way of doing things. Okay, so that's what I had to tell you today. Excuse me. All right. Hi, Holly. Lovely to see you. We're going to do third paper folding today. Maybe Donna will pop in. I don't know, because she was interested in doing these. So we'll have a look. But there's always the replay. And as Susie just said, that's the great thing about replays. You can always go in and you can check them out later. All right, so I'm going to pop down to the desk and see what we've got. All right. Oh, well, that's not lined up very well, is it? How did I manage that? Let's see if I can just bring it down a bit further. My goodness, I have to do this every time. All right, now I have to remember to work towards the back. Will do. Doesn't give me much space, does it? All right, so this is the idea of what we're going to do today. So you can see we've got the circle. This little bit in the middle forms itself, so we don't have to do anything extra. I've actually cut the mandala with this today, and then of course we've got that on the back, so that's going to show through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've only got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I haven't. I've got 8. All good. Okay, so we can either do it on that side and have this showing through, or we can have it on this side and have that showing through. But we'll have a look at that in a minute. So first off, we're just going to make the folds, okay? And the folds are really simple. So you've got your circle. This one's a big one that I've cut just to show you. So you fold it in half, open it up, fold it in half again. Okay, so then when you've got that like that, oh, hang on, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong bit. Sorry. So when you've made your circle, let me get another circle because what's that one doing? Let me see. No, that one's doing it. So you've got that like that, and then you just basically you turn it over and you just fold those edges in. Okay. So that is, I'll show you with this. That's all it is. The circle like that, and then you just literally fold the edges in and turn it back like that. That's how you get your circle. So you've got the half and half again. You can fold that one up and that one up, and then you just turn these back. So it's very, very simple to make that fold. Okay, we'll look at this one afterwards. It's a bit more difficult, but this is for something else that I'll show you in a minute when we finish this one. So this is the card for today, and I'll just put the chat back on because I can't see anything. Okay, what have we got? Oh, hi Mum, I'm glad all's well. Okay, so basically what we'll do, I've chosen some paper for the other one, but we'll probably just do this on maybe yellow and a white because that's what we're ending up with. So here we go. Let's do it. So we're gonna, I think I'll have, let me see which way it falls. So we're gonna go in half. I usually have these done, but I'm running behind time, and yesterday was a work day. Okay, so we're doing that, and then, oh gracious. So we've got that folded in half. Do you know, I do these all the time, and for the life of me, I'm having trouble with this morning. Okay, and then you fold this one. It only needs to go to that second line there, so where you've creased. So it goes between the two lines. You fold that one up, and then you fold this one, which just gives you that. And then when you've done that, you fold them back against that middle line again, which gives you your fold. Okay, so I'll do that again. So what did I have out? This one. So we're going to do in half. Everyone's saying hello to you, Mum. And in half. And then we fold this little corner from this to here. We fold that. Is that what we did last time? No, we did it the other way. So we fold, because we've got that way. So we fold that, and then we go with this one and this one. And no more than to the line. And then you just fold that middle bit there up to the center line, and then the middle bit up to the center line again. And that gives you, so you can see these are going to pop inside each other like this, and you can see how that's going to form the inside and this is going to form the outside. Now we can change that if we want to, and we can do it the other way where we fold it that way and that way, and then we fold that way and that way, and then we do this, which gives us, which gives us that. And I actually think that looks better than that. What do you think? We might do that. So I'll just these are what you only need to change these ones here. Just bring them back the other way. It's easy enough to do. And then we're going to fold that one there and that one there. It gives us a bit of a better little thing here to work with later on. You know what? When I did the fold on that one, this one doesn't want to play the game, does it? So we're going to fold in half, and then we're going to fold in half, and then we're going to, because we want these down, so we're going to go between these two here and fold that, and then between those two and fold that like that. And we're going to turn it over, make sure I'm on the screen, and fold that one back to the line. So remembering that the smaller the piece that you use, the more intricate it becomes, but it's still not hard. I'm just making it look hard, that's all I'm doing. All right, so there's our first piece, there's our next piece. So when we line these up, these are going to sit in. Now these actually sit next to each other, I believe, and those just cross over at the bottom. That's how these ones go. Okay, so let me go back to this one and so we're going to do that. We're going to do that and that, and then we're going to fold them out this way. Back into the middle, which gives us the fold. Alrighty, so we've got that one as well. Now you'll see that these were with the 2-inch circle from the Stylish Shapes. So it is going to make a fairly large mandala. Okay, so it's going to dominate the front of the card. Okay, let's do this a bit quick now. Like I said, normally I have this done, but the more you see it done, I suppose, the better. And we're going to go like that, and then we're going to fold from here to here. We're going to make that fold, and then from here to here, we're going to make that fold. It needs to come over a tiny bit, like that, and then we're going to fold those back along that line there. And you'll notice when you fold these back that the bit that you've just folded over will pop forward. So, and there's that one. There's another one there. I only actually cut these out just literally before I came on. It's been one of those mornings this morning. Tomorrow, I won't be on in the morning, and I'm just trying to decide what time to do a live tomorrow. Where I work, a lot of the local schools actually raise money or collect dog food and that sort of thing to donate to us. And one of our lovely local schools, Sunbury, has they've collected a very large amount of dog food and cat food and stuff for us to use. So tomorrow morning, 2 of us managers are heading down to the school for their parade, and we're taking some puppies down so that the kids can play with the puppies that they've donated the food for. So I'm not going to be here because that's happening at 10:30, but obviously I've got to get there earlier so that we can get the dogs in the van and get ourselves sorted out, because when we move dogs like that, it takes a fair bit. We've got to remember to put so much stuff in for their well-being whilst they're out of the refuge. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing tomorrow morning. So I won't be here, but I do hope to do one later in the day. I've just got to try and work out around other things that I do when I can do that. So anybody got any ideas? I'm sort of thinking maybe 10:30, 11. I should be back home by lunchtime. So I'm thinking maybe around 1, something like that might work. See how I go. Wrong way, Lorraine. Yeah, just see how I go with getting back. I really like to schedule it. I don't like to sort of do impromptu, but that might even be what I have to do. But it's so lovely that people donate for us and put stuff together. Yeah, it is lovely, Lynn. And when you see the children's faces when they see the puppies, and well, our puppies aren't really puppies now. They're sort of, I think they're about 5 months old. But yeah, when you see the kids' faces when the puppies, we take the puppies in and they play with them and they have a bit of fun like that. It is great, and it's lovely that they learn at an early age that, you know, sometimes places need help, because we're a completely not-for-profit organisation. And so we rely heavily on donations and that sort of thing. So when we get something like this, it's just absolutely wonderful. And it's well worth our time to you know, go down there and see what's going on. All right, so we've got all our little things here that are going to make our circle, and these are going to all join together, but I need to do that on a base for the very reason we're not really sticking much together here, not like the last one where we were sticking one under the other. So as you can see, it is going to make a fair sized circle, and that is going to go on the front of the card. And you can see it's made its own centerpiece with, it looks like petals. Okay, all right, so I'm going to choose something for the base card here. So I think we've got yellow and green there, and I sort of tend to work a lot with the other greens. So I'm thinking, see, we've got the yellow, but it's not going to show up if I put it straight on there. So I was thinking maybe something like Ooh. I wonder if we were to do something like Night of Navy or something with the yellow and do that. Let's try that. Let's see what that yellow looks like on the Night of Navy. And I'll just cut us a layer. Oop. Take that off of there. So we'll do the layer, we'll see 5 1/4 at 3 1/2 and see how that goes. I've got a feeling that might be too small. Oh, come out. Yeah, that one's going to be too small. So we're going to need to do it at 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. Three 3/4 by 5 1/2. So we'll have just one layer on this card and not the two. We can use that for the inside though, that's not a problem. So then the idea then is to layer this up. So I think that looks quite nice on that blue, don't you? All right, so as you can see, the only bit that's really going to overlap are these center bits here. So I could put a glue dot in there and see how that, let's try that. Let's see if it will work, because it is easier to work off of the card. And the other day I found that the glue dots worked really well. So let's take a glue dot. Now, where's that going to sit? So you're going to keep this part up here level, and it's going to go, you're going to need to pop a glue dot or glue. You can use your liquid glue. That's not a problem. It just means that you're probably going to have to hold on to it until it dries. So we've got that bit there like that. And then this one is just going to sit alongside it here. So the glue dot will go on this piece here. If you can get it off of your, take your pick tool. And we'll line that up and pop it down. So you can see how this is forming. And then I love doing these, like folding them is really great. Like if you're sitting down of an evening and you're not doing anything else, you can sit and fold heaps of these. And then you have them there all ready for when you want to use them. Why did that not stick? Because the glue dot's not there, but I don't know where it is. Okay, I'll do that again. I'll probably find it on my fingernail or something. Yep, so that's that one. Or it'll stick to something else and I'll... Yeah, so doing that tomorrow, it means that I'll have been at work 3 days this week. Well, pretty good for retirement, hey? But I don't mind, not for this. So we're just building up this this mandala. You're just laying these top ones next to, that's what happened maybe last time. So the glue dot needs to be there. Now stay there. And then this goes in there. Yeah, so you can cut heaps and heaps of these circles and squares on the sizes. For the cards, I usually use around 2 inches, because if you start getting any smaller, it starts getting really fiddly. And I have done the smaller ones, but it does get extremely fiddly. Now, is this going to pull in or is it not? I'm hoping this is going to all pull in nicely, so we'll just see. Okay, we're going to put a glue dot here. And that one's going to sit in there. And it's also going to sit this side. Now this is where if we're going to find out whether it's going to work properly or not. I mean, it will, because you can always pull them in. Okay, and then that one. So what we've got then is, let's move them around slightly so that you've either got a bigger gap or a smaller gap. You shouldn't really have much of a gap at all. This one doesn't want to sit properly, so that's half the problem. But there we have a mandala. Sorry, you didn't see me doing that, did you? There we have the mandala. Okay, and it is now going to sit on here. Hi, Sue. No, that's all right. So basically what we're doing today is we're making the mandala out of circles instead of squares. So what I want to do now is pick this up. So you can see that once I put it down again, I am going to have to jiggle it. So this is where it's going to be, thank goodness for Tombow, because I might just put a bit up the top here so that we can and I'm going to pop it down about as equal as I can, and then this is what I was doing that you couldn't see. I was just like pulling it in to make it into the, and once it's in where you want it, hopefully the Tombow hasn't taken too quickly. This is why you do actually, it is better if you can build it up on the piece. Or the other thing you can do is build it onto a piece of card. The piece doesn't want to go in. And then move it, then put the whole piece on. This doesn't want to move now, it's stuck down. We'll just ignore that piece. So that's what we have. So as you can see, it's made its own little bits in the middle, so that like the inside of the flower, then you can lift these up if you want to a little bit, so that you can give it some dimension. And that is like your flower, like we've got here. Okay. Now this one, if I remember rightly, I made it straight onto the card. See, one of those little glue dots has just found its way onto my finger. So like I said, that's a good way to do it. So now what I'm going to do, that just is basically, it's to show you how to get the mandala out of the circles. This one, there is a little bit of a spot there, but I can fix that. And this one hasn't gone in quite as it should have. But anyway, so what I'm going to do now is just cut a card base. I've got 8 inches, I think so. So we're going, what are we doing? 5 3/4 by 8. I mean, if you wanted to, because these are quite large, you might like to make a larger card base, but that's entirely up to you. This one I believe might be a bit bigger, so we'll see. Let's just do that, and I think this is just going to sit just on that, like that. And I'm really annoyed about that one not going in properly, but there's nothing much I can do about it now. All right, so that is how we're going to sit that onto there. With this one, you can see, this one may actually have been a bit smaller, but with this one, you can see I've done some extra bits and pieces out of there, and I have put the 3 layers. So it would just be a bit hard to put the extra layer. This one is a bit bigger. All right. So that's what we have. I'm going to just glue that down because I'd really like to show you the other one as well. Now with those new die cuts that we've got that cut the edge, that would look really, really pretty on there. And then of course you can use some bits and pieces, die cut bits and pieces, or if you've got any of the ephemera stuff. What have I got in my box? Let me have a look. Where is my box? Here. Save me cutting. Let's have a little look at what we've got in here. So, you know, we can pop, because these here you can actually pop into the side of it if you want to, or you can, oh, look at that, use that. Surprising what you keep, isn't it? So there's a cute little bit of yellow. You could do it with these as well, which is, oh no, you could use these circles around it too. So we could put a bit of white. Oh, that's gold. Let's do that. And we've got some more gold. Let me see. So we can't put it right in, so we would need to cut that. Let's have a look at this one. I just want to pop just sort of something around it. I'm not happy with that bit there, of course, but you can pop something around it. That actually looks quite nice going around it. Let me cut that. Probably should have put this down before we put the rest down. We can do that. We can probably put something else there which would help with it. So let's pop a bit of glue. This is just, I'm just randoming this. I have that one, you can see I just put it on the one side. So that actually doesn't need much glue because it was quite caught in there. Just going to pop a little bit in there. Maybe pop that under there so that we have that bit popping up there. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Hope you're feeling okay. I will have to pop that down a bit at the top. Might just put this maybe under that one. This is just to give it a bit of and no, that looks absolutely ridiculous because it hasn't got a proper top to it. I'll try it again. I'm fiddling today, aren't I? That's okay. We get days like that. So then I'm just going to, because I don't want these hanging out the side, and these are just bits that I've pulled out of my pre-cut, was going to use, didn't use box, which I'm sure we all have one. So we've got those pieces there. And I was going to use this, but it might be a bit big. I don't know. I love this one, actually. I appreciate you. I think it's really needs to be cut down a wee bit. Let's see if I can do that. I should really bring in the other trimmer, but I have to find it. Let me see if I can. I should have done this before I cut the edges at an angle. Let's see how we go. If it doesn't work, we use something different. Oh, that'll work. And then I'm just going to pop this up. Like, you can put it across the middle, which actually might look quite good. Let's put that away. Don't need that. Get some dimensionals. And I'm just going to pop that across the middle. See, there's lots of stuff that you can do with these. If you've got the time to play with it, have a bit of a fiddle. It always seems different when we do it on here than when we actually make it where we've got heaps of time. Okay. So just going to pop that across the center there. I think that looks good. And we can pop a bit of bling on. Let's see, I'm going to, actually, I think these are the blooming pearls. I'm just going to put a couple of the gold ones on just to accentuate that little bit of swirly stuff that I've put on there. Oh, okay, Debbie, that's great. That's really good to hear. Okay. So I might just do my maybe just do two there and maybe one down there. Okay, so there's the front of the card. You like that one, Holly? It's a bit thrown together, I have to say, but it didn't turn out too bad in the end. Alrighty, and I haven't put an insert in, but I will probably put the blue with another yellow and maybe a strip of the paper. Okay, so that's what we have. So these mandalas they are really pretty, and this paper was I think it was the new in colors. I can't remember, but it was great because the difference in the colors of either side really show up, and so it makes it look really really good when you've got the completely different colors. All right, so the other one that I was going to show you that's got pushed to one side, and I probably won't make a card, but I will, where's the top? So I won't use this one because this was just a play one, but you can see this is the exact fold that we have just used. So this takes only 4, which is wonderful. And then you make this little fold, which isn't hard, and you pop it up there, and it forms a dress. So for a little girl, or you can actually do it. What I've done here is I've cut these. I need to show you the square though, because it's all gone under my computer, would you believe? And now my computer doesn't want to sit still. All right, so this is the actual how you actually fold the dress. So let me see if I can show you the top part of the dress. I'm going to be doing it on a much smaller bit, and this is vellum. I thought I'd give it a go on vellum. So basically what you do is you fold it, you fold this in half, and then you fold it in half again. So you make a square like that, and then you open it up so that you have this. Now you find your open edge, which is this one. And then what you do is can you see what I'm doing? Oh, it's dark, isn't it? Let me pop this. Pop something underneath it so you can see what I'm doing. That's a bit better. So then you just make your little diamonds from there and there. So you just do that. And then you turn it over and you pull these down. So this isn't a lot different to what we did with the others. And you pull these down like this. So we are working with a 2-inch piece here. Alrighty. So then we turn this over and we pull that one down and we pull that one down. So the 2 little bits that we had there, we pull down. And then we get into that bit there, and I just want to show you, we just push it down and it forms that little diamond. And I should have done this on a bigger piece to show you. And then you open it again here and you push it down on itself, and it makes another little diamond. And that makes the bodice of the dress. So then, actually I was going to do that out of that one. Then, so you can, I chose this one because I thought, you know, then you can make it into like a wedding dress. So these ones you just fold just like we've just done. So you do your corners going up and going up. So this is vellum. So it's a little bit stiffer to work with, but it's still good. And then, of course, you take those back. So you do 4 of those and you attach it to, when you put it together, you can see that you would have like a wedding dress, or that's if you did it all in the vellum. But this one, I just did like this. And if you like, I can use this one and just pop it on a card. So let's have a look at what we pop it on. So we could do the white and then put it onto the pink and the blue. So we can do that quite quickly. So I will cut this down to, I'm going to cut it down to the 5 1/4 by 3 1/2, which will be the top layer. And then we're going to set the bodice of the dress, and then we're going to add these pieces. Here we go, under the computer. So you can start with those two, and then you can add these two back in. So as you can see, you can either do it on an angle so that it looks like a dress on an angle like that. Now it'll be fine because it's going to sit on another layer. So I might just do it like that. So I'm going to use, this was a practice one, so the bits aren't exactly as they should be. But anyway, it's enough to show you what you can do. Now, if you pop onto Pinterest or onto YouTube, you can actually find quite a lot of patterns that help you with this. Thanks, Suzanne. That's lovely. And you'll notice that most of them were like 15 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever, because it was, and I have to say, was all the fad. Everybody, I should have actually done that one. And a middle one, another middle one. Mum and I used to do a lot of these at the shop. There were lots of different ways that we used to, you see, you could even just use it with the two if you wanted to. Personally, I don't think it has the same effect. A great way to do these for a wedding dress is to use a paper doily, because you've got all the lacy bits, and it's great for making this look like a wedding dress. And we're just going to pop that there. So we've got our dress on a bit of an angle, and we'll now do a second layer. Well, it's actually the first layer, but we'll call it the second layer. And this one is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. Let me check that. All right, we might have to do it this way. So that's going to be our second layer for that to pop onto. And then we'll have the card front, which I'm going to do in the pink, which of course is 5 3/4 by 8. And we will fold that. I actually changed the blade in my trimmer, and it makes so much difference. I sort of put it off, and then eventually you do it and think, oh, I wish I'd done that before. All right, so then we can pop this onto here. that onto there. And then we can put this. So you would obviously look at what you could do for backgrounds, and it is pretty, isn't it? I do love this DSP. I don't even know if it's still current. I really don't. But it gives it, because it's the two different colors, it gives the really good. Okay, so there's our dress on the card. So we would obviously put a greeting down the bottom, which I may attempt to do in a minute. How am I going? Oh, I've still got a bit of time, so yeah, I can do that. All right, so for this one, you really need something quite large in the middle. So we could use one of these, but you know what? You know what's going to work better, don't you? Oh, I don't know where they are. That's odd, because I used them the other day. The jerseys are missing. My goodness, that is not good. That is actually very weird, because I usually put everything straight back in that container. Okay, so we're not going to use the jerseys, so don't get excited, everybody, because I can't find them. So we can either use that, or we need something that's nice and sparkly. We've got these here. That would, what I want to do is pop one in the middle here. Okay, I'm thinking like those are quite pretty, aren't they? And I think they would go with it. Or we could use the white ones, which are iridescent. Okay. So what do we reckon? Do we think the pink? I think we'll go with the pink because it's darker. It's going to show up a bit more. Now, what you can do is you can cut a little strip of paper if you want to and put across there. But if you use a big enough one of these, you don't really need to. Let's see if you can get it to stick. It looks like I have to do a bit of cleanup along the side there. Actually, that didn't work as well as I wanted it to. What about if we did that and then put... It actually does. It actually does give it a nice little bit of glitter. But I would have liked it. I would have liked a druzy. That's what I would have liked. Oh, look, I have one here. Ooh, maybe take that off. How can you get so excited about it? They've got to be in here somewhere. I bet I put them in with something else. These are bigger. Oh, now look at that. That has made, to me, that has made all the difference. So having that druzy on there. Yes, it would be, Sue. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you love it, Debbie. It is quite sweet, isn't it? And paper folding lends itself to so many different bits and pieces. You know, like I've got cards where I've made little tiny, well, I made the small one the other day. So on here, that's not the one I made the other day. So you don't have to do them large. It just depends on how, you know, how much work you want to put into them. So there's the small one that I made the other day, and I think that was on 1.5 inches. See, I used the druzies. So they have to be around here somewhere. So that was that one. And then that was, I think this was a 1.5 inch one as well that I used on this card. And it sort of like sticks up. Or there's nothing to stop you when you make these actually gluing these down if you don't want that whole 3D effect. Okay, so you can do that, and then of course then we can do things like that. But I really suggest that if you're interested in doing this, pop onto Pinterest, pop onto YouTube, and there are tutorials on that, but they are from quite some time ago. Sorry. The other thing that I used to use a lot was iris folding. Unfortunately, I don't think I can show you that, because for iris folding, you basically need a pattern. And unless you're really clever and can make your own patterns, it's a bit difficult. I was going to try it with, yes, make a little princess one. Wouldn't that be awesome? And I believe there is one that shows you how to make a mermaid tail. So yeah, that's not hard at all. And if you go in and look up paper folding dresses, and then put teabag folding, because that's what it's known as, you should be able to come up with something in there. Now, let me see what I've got around here that I could, oh, somebody. So obviously what I planned to do, but I didn't do it. This would look beautiful on the back and I did actually get an embossing folder out, but I didn't use it. So I was going to use the embossing folder on the back here. And then if you have like your little princess dress, and then these little, these gems, these clear gems, sort of pop them all around it. It gives you that big sparkle, which is what I did on those pleated dresses that I did, pleated cards that I did. Yeah, and it gives it a great idea. But yeah, don't 5-year-olds just love bling and swirly dresses and all that stuff? So that is that. I should really stamp something on the front of it. What have I got here? I think this says time to celebrate. It does. How about, is that going to fit there? Let's use a bit bigger one. What's this got on it? Sometimes there are no words. No, we don't. I think I should put some of these away, don't you? We'll just try it. No, it's not going to fit. There's my long block. Not in there. Let's do it on this one. We'll do time to celebrate, and I will pop it onto there. Oh, get some ink. I want to use like light and navy or something. If I wanted blueberry bushel, it would have been at the bottom. But because I wanted light of navy, I think this is going to. Let's put this on here. Time to celebrate. My goodness, I think everybody's doing a live this morning. Is that going to work on the bottom of there? Probably. And I will use hopefully the big one in here will cut that. I think it will. Yep. I will make it cut it. I'll just cut this. It's only just going to fit. Okay, so we've got Time to Celebrate, which I could put up on there. Probably not the right greeting for the card. Now I've got it in my head now that it should be for a little girl, a little 5-year-old. How gorgeous is that? We'll use the dimensionals. You know what? I noticed that these enamel basic effects are going out in the last chance and what have you. And I have never even used mine. Never used them once. How about that? So maybe I should just get out there and start using it. I don't know if it's just one of the packs of 3, because there's I've got those ones and I've also got the metallic ones. Years ago I did cake making, and we used to make all the decorations on a sheet. Yes, please let us know if you make one, Sue. That'd be great. So I said the other day, sometimes I wish we could post photos just so that we can share the bits and pieces that we do, which I think would be really great. But I can understand why we don't, because otherwise it would be inundated. But sometimes you're trying to explain something and you just can't quite get it out, because so we've got that sparkly one in the middle. What are we going to put with this? I actually quite like those. No, I'm going to stick with the plain. I don't want to overdo it. And I'm going to put a couple of small ones. I'll put a small one on there. And I don't know, maybe another one there. As I said, that would be really good if you, it would be great if it was embossed. I'm just going to go a bit crazy here because I think we need something up here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, just 2, because I've got the 3 on there. So that leaves me with the 5. All right. So there is another dress, another folded card, paper folded card, making it into a dress. So that is rather cute, isn't it? I haven't done an insert for it, but I will. But yeah. So how do you like that? Who's going to give it a try? Obviously, Sue is. Yes. I think a lot of the little girls love dressing up and having a lot of sparkle. All right, I'm just going to pop back up to the top. Helps if you press camera, then you get it. Sorry, I'm sitting on my foot so that I can see what I'm doing. All right, and my computer moved. Oh, bother. Never mind. We'll just deal with it as it is for now. Yeah, so that's the 2 cards for today. So we did the large mandala and we did the dress. Okay, there's obviously the only stamping that you're going to do on those is whatever you decide to put across it as your sentiment, but everything else is just paper. And when you're using 2-inch square or 2-inch circle pieces of paper, you'll find that you can use up so many of your DSP scraps. I didn't cut anything new for these today. Okay, nothing new. That was all pieces that I had in my bit box, including these. So, you know, it doesn't take a lot to pop them together. And once you get into the habit of making the different shapes and everything, you'll have a ball with it. All right. Like I said, I'm really not sure what time I will be on tomorrow. Possibly around lunchtime, a bit later. It might be earlier in the evening. It won't be at around 7:30. It'll be either earlier. It'll be earlier than that. Do I have a web page if I want to share a photo? Sue, my Facebook page is Color Me Crazy Cards. However, I've got it set that only I can put stuff on there. But if you wanted to send one through on chat or something like that, then by all means do that. If you wanted to friend me on Facebook, that is fine. That's just Lorraine Nicklin or in Color Me Crazy Cards. You're still there, Mum. Oh my goodness, you did well today. Yeah, so that's but yeah, you can do that, or I can look you up, and I don't very often send requests, friend requests, but I can certainly do that. We'll have a look. I don't have a web page, only the DBWS. That's all I have. So yeah. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. If you could subscribe and give me the thumbs up, which I can see that you've done, and yeah, follow me. The more followers that we get, the more our videos get out there. So it would be lovely if we can do that. Both Suzanne and I are currently trying to get more subscribers. That way then our videos go out there more. Thanks very much, Lynn. Okay, Sue, I'll have a look and see if I can find you, or you can find me. So my main page is Lorraine Nicklin, or you can follow, yeah, go on to the Lorraine Nicklin one, and then you can message me, and if you make one, you can send a picture. So awesome. Okay, thank you very much. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.